Greetings, 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 good people. Happy Tuesday. It is the 28th of February. The year is 2023. And today is the last day of Black History Month. Okay. Hopefully, everybody is having a good Tuesday. I want to talk about a couple of things. Carl Crawford, he apologized to Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. As he should. I'm going to get into that later on into the broadcast. Wendy Williams, definitely got to give you an update on Auntie Wendy. Okay, she was spotted out doing a little bit of shopping, looking good. Definitely going to touch on that. The NAACP awards took place on Saturday over the weekend. Not too many people are talking about it. I like the NAACP awards. I've watched it over the years and enjoyed it. I see that it's taken a decline in attendance, but that's okay. So I'm going to touch on that. Of course, I got a couple of other hot topics, some news, some updates, some shenanigans on the blogs, etc., etc. All right. So shout out to my Twitch viewers. All right. Welcome to any new Twitch followers and participants. Greetings. And to my YouTube Royal family members, greetings, greetings. Please pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. You already know if you've been here before. It takes nothing to like the video, but it definitely helps out in a big way. All right. So do a kind deed and hit the like button. All right. So I don't have any church announcements. All right. So let's just get straight into it. Now, I saw this article yesterday and I thought it was interesting. I see the blogs have picked it up. Actually, I saw this. Was it yesterday or Sunday? Anyway, probably Monday morning. Deadspin, all right, is the media outlet that I first saw report this story. It's dated February 22nd, but like I said, I saw it yesterday. Anyway, Deion Sanders, he is receiving a lot of backlash for his recruiting philosophy. Some people are saying that it perpetuates racist stereotypes and contradicts his very own family structure. So for those of you that care, you guys know that Deion Sanders, he left Jackson State University, and he's going to be going to the University of Colorado as head coach, right? Some people were not feeling that, all right? They felt like he was leaving his people high and dry for a bigger bag. Yeah, it is what it is. I think he kind of made that known that if a better opportunity, or better paying, I should say, opportunity presented itself, that he would take it, right? So he was on a talk show or some kind of podcast or what have you, and he talked about how he chooses to recruit players, right? So he says, well, we have different attributes: smart, tough, fast, disciplined, with character. Now, quarterbacks are different. He says we want mother, father, dual parent. We want the kid to be a 3.5 GPA and up, because he has to be smart, not bad decisions off the field at all, because he has to be a leader of men. All right. Now, this article kind of goes into detail and breaks down and gives their opinion of each statement that Deion Sanders made, but for the sake of time, I'm going to spare you. So if you want to read it in detail, it's on Deadspin. He goes on to say that defensive linemen is totally opposite. He went said Deion Sanders as he went deeper into his flawed and racist philosophy. I'm just trying to decide if I want to say certain things, for YouTube. Anyway, he goes on: single mama, trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He's trying to rescue mama. Like mama barely made the flight, and I want him to just go get it. It's a whole different attribute that you look for in different positions. So basically, Deion Sanders is, for the sake of time, I'll spare you reading the rest. That's pretty much what he said on this podcast that he was on, right? He basically uses a lot of the same tactics that some of these other coaches utilize. And a lot of people are not feeling it. They said that it's very, it's very racist. And they said that Deion Sanders is a hypocrite. His children come from a quote unquote broken home, so his children wouldn't even meet the standards to be recruited for these positions that he's talking about. This will be a very interesting season when he goes to Colorado. I'm curious to see how this is going to pan out. What do you guys think about Deion Sanders? Like I said, the blogs are picking this up, and a lot of people have their opinions. Some people feel that he didn't say anything wrong, and some people are just sensitive, and others feel that this perpetuates racial stereotypes. You share your thoughts. All right, I'm moving on. I can't. Some people, you just let them do what they got to do. We'll see how it works out for him at Colorado. I'm not wishing nothing negative at all, but I'm just curious to see how it's going to work out. All right, moving along. This is very interesting. This is according to Fox News. Most hated. A white student sues historically black college for $2 million over racial discrimination. Now, for those of you who care about topics like this is a very interesting article. And I'm curious to see myself how this pans out. So let me get to reading. All right. A white student at Howard University's law school is suing the institution for racial discrimination, alleging the school created a hostile education environment. Michael Newman, the plaintiff, attended Howard U School of Law starting in the fall semester of 2020 and remained there for just 2 years until he was expelled in September 2022. He is seeking $2 million in monetary damages for pain, suffering, emotional anguish, and damage to his reputation. Frank Tramble, Vice President and Chief Communications Officer for HU, said that while he could not comment substantially due to pending litigation, the university is prepared to vigorously defend itself in this lawsuit, as the claims provide a one-sided and self-serving narrative of the events leading to the end of the student's enrollment at the university. All right, so Newman, who's the student, he said he suffered depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts as a result of public ostracism, vilification, and humiliation. This is what the lawsuit claims. At one point, global head of diversity recruiting, Reggie, he allegedly told Newman that he had become the most hated student that he had seen during his tenure at the university, according to the lawsuit. When Newman raised concerns over his treatment to school administrators, the law school's dean allegedly denied that Caucasian students at Howard Law, and Newman in particular, faced racial discrimination to any degree. Following discussions of Newman's purported racial insensitivity, students learned of a tweet from Newman's private Twitter, for his private Twitter account that included a picture of a slave bearing his badly scarred back with the caption, "But we don't know what he did before the picture was taken." This is according to the lawsuit. Newman claimed, that's the student, claimed that the tweet was mocking commentators who, quote, attempt to explain away videos of police brutality by claiming the victim must have committed wrongdoing before the video started, end quote. He alleged that students responded with references of his race, gender, sexual preference, age, and personal appearance. So they roasted him, basically. I'm almost done. The trouble started when the university shifted to remote learning at the start of the pandemic, meaning students communicated through purely online forums and through GroupMe chats. This is what Newman claimed in his court papers. Anyway, after a symposium featuring an African-American speaker in the run-up to the 2020 election, Newman said that he posted on a professor's forum page asking if further dialogue could be had on whether, one, black voters didn't question turning to government for solutions, and two, reliably voting for the same party every election disincentivize both parties from responding to needs of the black communities. This kid is something else, ain't he? Anyway, some students responded negatively to Newman's post and reached out to school administrators, prompting Newman's removal from one of the group chats for the class. This is according to allegations. Newman also described feeling utterly disenfranchised at the school and compared himself to a black student at a primarily white university. The student response was again largely negative, with some calling his comment offensive, he claimed. Newman repeatedly apologized for offending anyone, stressing that he was seeking to learn not just law, but to learn the thoughts and experience of people of color. This is what the lawsuit stated. I'm trying to read fast so I can give my opinion. It's not going to be a long one. But Newman allegedly faced more overt hostility, with many students starting to refer to him as Mayo King and White Panther. And students claim that controversies that they had blamed on Newman had caused severe stress and distracted them from their studies. So basically, they said Newman was a problem. He tried to remedy the situation by sending out a 4-part letter to explain his views, but the effort was labeled a manifesto, with one student accusing him of manipulating classmates' emotions as a social experiment. That's very interesting. The letters allegedly resulted in Newman's removal from a second class-wide group chat. School of Law Dean Daniel Holly later secretly recorded a Zoom meeting she called with Newman and Reggie, during which she suggested Newman transfer to another school, accusing him of racially harassing classmates, according to the allegations. During a digital town hall attended by 300 participants to discuss controversies surrounding Newman, Holly allegedly characterized Newman's letters as disturbing in every sense of the word. According to the suit, she allegedly blocked him from using several functions to try and speak up in his defense, even disabling the chat function and turning off his camera. Holly and Newman wound up filing simultaneous complaints, with Holly accusing Newman of continual harassment of members of the Howard Law community and disturbance of the learning environment at the School of Law at the same time. Newman, he claimed that Holly had perpetuated threats, discrimination, and a hostile academic environment. That's Holly. She looked like she probably cussed him out, right? In a panel reviewing Holly's complaint, the school determined that Newman was responsible and ruled that he should be expelled. To his knowledge, Newman's complaint was never adjudicated. This is what the suit is claiming. Newman appealed the ruling, but a second review panel allegedly reached the same conclusion, despite the revelation that Holly had supplied the first panel with evidence that Newman never saw, which he argued amounted to secret evidence. The attorneys representing Newman filed the suit in federal court. His lawyers would try to prove that the school broke its contract with Newman, a student who attended on a scholarship, after a series of incidents and accusations led to multiple review panels and hearings that resulted in his expulsion, according to the lawsuit. It's so funny that when I was reading this, before I got to one particular part where I shared the same sentiment as one of the students, I said the same thing. It's crazy. I think that this is a social experiment. And I know you're like, what? I just feel like in a lot of instances, there are some people who are plants and they're planted to do certain things. When I'm reading this and when he's saying that he wrote multiple apology letters because he's trying to learn the law, but he wants to understand how Black people think or people of color think. What makes you think that you would find that out in a institution of higher learning? So do you think that all of the Black people who attend this institution of higher learning represent the masses? That just sounded a little odd to me. He does come across as a little bit provoking, but I do see that there were some errors made as it pertains to administration. But I'm pretty sure they got enough money to fight this out in court. This will be interesting to see how this turns out. But I do think that this was a social experiment, and I do think that this is some sort of kind of setup. And I don't know if this guy ends up winning this money. I think that Howard University and other Black institutions, I think things are going to change significantly. Okay, I done said too much already. I'm not going to get too heavy. What are your thoughts? Are you keeping up with stuff like this? It's always something. All right, on a lighter note, the NAACP Image Awards premiered this past weekend. Queen Latifah was the hostess with the mostest. She looked absolutely beautiful. If my screen would load, you and I can look at these beautiful images. All right, so I don't know what's up with this page. She looked beautiful. Of course, as the hostess, she did a couple of outfit changes. Queen Latifah always gets it right. Age appropriate. She's beautiful. Hair and makeup is always on point. This color just complemented her skin. She did a good job. I think they got it right. So there were a couple of winners in the house. Okay, Jonathan Majors, Angela Bassett. She won for Entertainer of the Year. I think she won 2 other awards for Black Panther, if I'm not mistaken. She looked gorgeous. As far as the fashions are concerned, I could do without the extra foo-la-la on the arms. I think her hair and makeup looked great on the red carpet. She could have just showed up in a white pantsuit. She's a beautiful woman and she has a lot of style, a lot of grace. So a simple white pantsuit would have sufficed. But hey, you know, she wanted to kick it up a notch. It is what it is. The men of Best Man, okay? They age gracefully. They look great. This is Uncle Clifford. This is Uncle Clifford from P Valley. I've never seen one episode of P Valley. I hear nothing but good things about P Valley. Is it too late for me to watch? This blue, honey, I love seeing us in a cobalt blue. Beautiful. So he won Outstanding Actor in a Drama Series. I was so
So,
excited for this the NAACP awards. I wish that certain people would have actually, you know, showed up, but I don't know. The NAACP awards is not like how it used to be back in the day. This is Serena Williams. She won what is the award that she won? I don't remember. Athlete of the Year or something like that. I don't remember. She was on the red carpet looking fabulous by herself. Where was her husband at? Let me stay out them people business, but she looked amazing. Ben Crump, I encourage you guys to look up Ben Crump's speech. I think he gave the best speech. That is the only speech that I'm going to be acknowledging. I think he gave the best speech. That's Tracy Ellis Ross in the background. Um, his speech was very, very powerful. I don't know. I side eye Ben Crump a lot, but what he had to say was definitely significant and powerful. I encourage you to check it out. We won't be playing it here for copyright reasons. Y'all, look at Crystal Waters. Y'all remember Crystal Waters? La da dee da da oh, I can't sing either because then they might copyright that. You should know who Crystal Waters is, okay? For my OG triple OGs, she looks absolutely stunning. So she performed. She looked great. This was at some after show, I think it was, like, or the pre-show. Neo, he performed. Let's get into these awards though, and the red carpet. Coco Jones on the red carpet. She slayed. Slayed. How do you guys feel about Zendaya's outfit? I think the shape of the dress was beautiful. Her hair and makeup, beautiful. But the actual dress, it's the front of the dress, I wasn't excited. I don't like that you could see the stitching on the front. I don't know. It looked, I don't know. It just wasn't seamless to me. But she looked amazing. So shout out to her. She didn't let the outfit wear her, honey. She wore the outfit. So that's a good thing. Who's this? Is this my boo? Ooh, look at Kofi. Kofi fine. Nice. Dark chocolate fine. All right. Who else? This was Angela Bassett. She won for Outstanding Actress in a Drama Series for 911, the show that she's in. Here goes Serena, looking gorgeous on the red carpet. Okay. Yeah, her husband wasn't there. I thought that was interesting. You can get to see a good look at the outfit. Like I said, she didn't need the arms part. She could have just showed up in a white suit. Her hair and makeup looked nice. She looked beautiful. Quinta Brunson. All right. She was there with her hubby as well. She looked nice. Abbott Elementary won big again. Miss Cheryl Lee Ralph looked stunning on the red carpet from head to toe. Everything was on point. Hair, jewelry, body, dress, the construction of the dress, the shape of the dress, everything looked beautiful. I have no idea who this is, but this was a moment here. This was very, very nice. Her hair looked gorgeous. Her makeup looked gorgeous. I have no idea who that is. Niecy Nash, she won an award. Absolute fave. Now, this is why one of the reasons why I was tuning in also. Kev on Stage finally won his NAACP award. Okay, this was the third time that he was nominated. And if you've been following him on social media, he's been creating unique ways for reminding everybody to vote for him. I voted for him every day from 3 different email accounts. So he better had one, okay? I'm definitely a proud member of the stage crew. So shout out to Kev on Stage. Melissa, his wife, she looked stunning. She looked fabulous on the red carpet. She did an outfit change, because that's not what she had on the red carpet, but it's okay. She looked gorgeous, and she took her shoes off, ran up there. She was screaming. He was just giving her all the love, all the props, just support. He recently lost his brother months ago, and I did see the memorial service. It was on YouTube. So he's just been dealing with a lot. His brother's birthday was just recently. So he was just talking about how he's kind of, grieving. But he definitely deserved this award. That's a hardworking man. Kev on Stage has put a lot of people on. Okay, he employs a lot of people, and he's very humble. You know what I mean? So I like him, and he's a fellow tourist. So shout out to Kev on stage. And it's crazy because the social media award, I think it's titled, it was created because of Kev on stage, believe it or not, and nominated the third time, and he won the third time. So well deserved, definitely well deserved. I like Kev on stage. I respect him a lot. Method Man looking fabulous. He's aging gracefully. I love that he's taking care of himself. I can go on and on and on about the awards. Who else? Look at Kev on stage. He definitely deserves this award. Definitely deserves it. And his birthday's coming up in May. Here it is. So did you guys watch Outstanding Social Media Personality, Kevin Fredericks? We better have one. Shout out to the stage crew. All right, Method Man, Tyler James. I wish I would have saw the Tyler James Williams. He won for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. I wish I would have seen his or pulled up a picture of his outfit on the red carpet. He looked nice. Some people were in the comments talking about his weight, very little, and then they choose to highlight that and talk about his weight. And someone stated that he does have Crohn's disease. I never heard him say that. You don't know what Crohn's disease is, look it up. So I just hate when we as Black people, when we do that. You know what I mean? When we talk about, oh, someone's too skinny or they're too big or they're too, it's just so lowbrow to me. You either like his outfit or you don't. But when you start attacking somebody's physical appearance, it's never been my thing. It's never been my thing. I guess y'all ain't learned from Chadwick Boseman, right? Anyway, so yeah, Janelle James, she won for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for Abbott Elementary. She is funny as heck. She plays the principal on Abbott Elementary. Abbott Elementary is a good show. I've been talking about that or posting in my community tab about how good the show is. The writing, the acting, the comedic timing, hilarious. That's my kind of comedy. Everybody doesn't like it, but it is what it is. So yeah, the NAACP Awards, Image Awards, they have a page on Instagram, so there's more clips for you to view. Obviously I can't play any of the clips because we don't want YouTube to come knocking on our door. All right, who's up next? I thought this was interesting. Michael B. Jordan, right? So Michael B. Jordan was on the red carpet, and the Morning Hustle. Is that girl named L'Oreal? I think that's her name, from the Morning Hustle show or podcast or whatever it is. She decided to give, Michael B. Jordan some props, and he had to politely check her, and I'm totally here for it. Let's take a look and a listen.
Director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here. How is the difference between you actually directing and working with the same people that you were directed with versus?
That question was stupid. What are you talking about? He threw her off her game. She's flustered. So basically, first of all, shout out to Michael B. Jordan, my fellow New Jersey native. All right. So basically, they went to the same school, and he said, yeah, the corny kid, because you used to call him corny. She said, no. He said, yeah, I heard it. He knows what he heard. I'm sure you called him corny because his name is Michael Jordan. So I'm pretty sure y'all was making fun of the fact you ain't no Michael Jordan. You don't play basketball, real cornball-like. And I don't see anything wrong with him checking her, because had she said other things, we don't know how that affected him, whether she said other things or not. Calling him corny, you don't know how that affected him. And now here it is, I'm giving you my time and you interviewing me on the red carpet. Yeah, you need me for views in a soundbite. And there are a lot of people that were saying, he's corny for holding a grudge. He didn't hold a grudge. If he would have walked away from her and said, you call me corny and look at me now, B, I ain't talking to you. No, but he was very gracious and polite. But he had to remind her. And I don't see anything wrong with that. People want to walk around and act fake and phony. No, don't want to talk to me now for your little podcast. I was corny back then. I ain't corny now. He could have been real corny and walked off. I don't see anything wrong with it. If the roles were reversed, Y'all would have been okay with it. Y'all would have been okay with a woman walking off, flipping her hair, and not wanting to talk to a guy who maybe have made fun of her in high school or middle school. He handled that situation very well. They say, watch how you treat people, let it be a lesson. How about you just treat people? If you're a decent human being, you're going to treat people decently because you're a decent human being. You know, it's not a matter of be careful how you treat people because they might be famous and they'll remember you that you treated them nice and they'll do something for you. How about you just treat people with respect, the same respect that you would want? But yeah, I don't see that as him holding on to a grudge. Mm-hmm. He a grown man. Good for you, Michael B. Jordan.
Check the sexiest man show off right here. Who's the sexiest man? Because now let's.
Yeah, he threw you. You ain't professional, sis. You could have kept your cool. You shouldn't have argued. You should have been like, you know what? I apologize, and I'm so happy for your success. Because that question that you asked him was all over the place. Fumbling and mumbling. Serves you right. And I don't see anything wrong with it. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. All right, moving along. We don't care about her. He is the model now for Calvin Klein. Shout out to him. So he's doing his thing. I don't know how I feel about Creed 3 and beyond. He looks great. This is nice. I don't know. I think he's trying to make Creed a thing, like how the Rocky franchise was. I don't know. Creed isn't bad. It isn't bad. I don't know how Creed 3 is gonna be, but we'll see. We'll see. Michael B. Jordan said, corny who? Corny where? Yeah, he should have checked her. He checked you right on your job. Serves you right. Serves you absolute right. All right. Speaking of foolishness, you guys saw this video circulating of Mano choking out this YouTuber or whatever he is, YouTuber, TikToker, or what have you. Mano is too old to be acting like this. Like, he says that it was a prank. If I was him, I would say it was a prank too, so that you don't get any charges pressed against you, or you're committing assault on camera. So yeah, I would say it was a prank too. So according to TMZ, Mano says that chokehold had everyone fooled. All right, Mano is maintaining his now viral throat grab of YouTuber Bubba 100x or 100 times, whatever. Bubba was completely planned, and in fact, he says that his theatrical performance should be his big break in Hollywood. It wasn't fake. We caught up. We caught the BK Bread lyricist fresh off of the guest hosting gig on Angela Yee's Way Up. Angela Yee said that he could be a natural on her show. Are you guys watching Angela Yee's podcast? I don't care about Mano. Mano acts like a uncontrollable child. He's always wanting to put his hands on somebody. And you know what's crazy? What was I watching? This was a long time ago. There was some sort of like a behind the scenes or something on MTV. I remember. I don't remember the name. And Mano, the cameraman didn't even do anything. I guess he didn't move out of his way in time. Mind you, he's filming you for this little segment, mini documentary, for whatever reason, about Mano. I can't remember the name of it. And Mano choked this man out for no reason. So when I saw this, I was like, this ain't no prank. He probably did do this. I don't know. Y'all reward foolishness all the time, and I don't think it's funny. Mano is really out of control, and he has a problem keeping his hands to himself. And I wonder if Mike Tyson was the one that was doing the interview and asked him about his chain, would he have choked up Mike Tyson? That kid is small. Look how small the kid is. I don't know. If this was for clicks and views, it was corny, but Mano has been known to put his hands on people, and people think that it's funny for whatever reason until he puts his hands on the quote unquote right one and he gets checked. I don't really care for Mano. I don't find him. He's said a couple of things here or there that I agree with, but I just don't find his aggression entertaining. I really don't. It's quite distasteful. Anyway, speaking of distasteful, Lotto, why are you out here arguing with people on social media? What do you guys not have enough money to count? Yeah, what is it with y'all? Why do you choose to get online and argue with trolls and defend something that you know to be the truth? So Lotto goes back and forth with a fan page who called her 21 Savage's mistress. Why do y'all care if Lotto is dating 21 Savage or not? apparently 21 Savage is married to the mother of his children. 21 Savage is not a U.S. citizen. Some people think that 21 Savage is married to the mother of his children for his papers. Y'all know how that go, okay? Plenty of people do it. If that's the case, plenty of people do it. So the reason why people are calling Lotto a mistress is because they're alleging that 21 Savage isn't he married, or he is married to that woman? I don't know. I ain't see no marriage certificate or paperwork, so I'm gonna say allegedly, although it very well may be true. So it's being said that 21 Savage and Lotto are basically dating, and Lotto is the mistress because this man is married. So some people think that they are immigration and want to call 21 Savage out on the fact that he's illegally, or not, it's a fraud, not illegally marrying somebody, but fraudulently married for his green card or whatever the hell, for his citizenship. Even if that's the case, what bearing does that have on your household? Who cares? Let's say Lotto is his mistress because he is legally married. Is anybody complaining? Anybody that's in this alleged love triangle complain? What difference does this make? How does this impact your life? And Miss Lotto, really? How old are you? Why are you going back and forth with people on social media? I don't know. Lotto's choosing to keep who her man is a secret, and that's her choice. I don't even. Y'all care about who a stranger is dating? As long as she's not dating somebody who's a minor or underage, why do you care? So here it is. People are clowning Lotto. She's clowning them back. Her song is on Billboard. Her song Lottery with Lucayla, who's excited that this is her first entry on the Billboard 100. So shout out to Lucayla and congratulations, Steven. So someone said your first entry in a year. Did they mean your first entry of the? I don't get. What do you mean? Because wasn't Big Energy on Billboard 100? And Big Energy was a couple months ago. See, this is what I'm saying. Why are you arguing with these people? You want to talk about first like you haven't been playing second as a mistress for 3 years. Lotto, man, seriously? Then she responds, I whole ass live with my man. I don't even come second. Y'all need to get off them T pages and go touch grass. My privacy is driving you up a wall. Mistress to who? Why they don't see the cars, diamonds, etc.? Because y'all know I'm spoiled to death. You don't know me and you don't got it figured out like at all. So if they don't know you and they don't have it figured out, what are you addressing these strangers for? I hate to see it. Bye, my man just rolled me a blunt. Lotto, you on vacation or something, sis? Honestly, do y'all care who Lotto is dating? I don't. But everybody ain't me. I get that. I just don't understand. If she's dating 21 Savage, that's her business. If she's not, that's her business. So I personally really try to find the logic in people wanting to know if she's dating 21 Savage or not. I don't get it. All right, y'all. If you're still watching at this point and you are on YouTube, please hit the like button. All right, that's your admission fee. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. It's going to be a quick show today. It's not going to be an hour-long show, and that's perfectly fine. Like the video. All right, moving on to seeing what's going on in the reality TV world. Carlos King is pissed off, okay? And he is not happy because he's disappointed with the colorism conversation over at Real Housewives of Potomac and them. Here's what I want to know. Let me not say I don't understand, because maybe I don't need to. Here's what I want to know. How many times does a organization, VH1, Bravo, just for example, have to show you that they don't care if someone is offended because of or by colorism? They don't care if someone is a victim of colorism. How many times do these organizations have to show you that they don't care before you guys realize that they don't care? Now, I'm not saying that Carlos King doesn't have a right to be upset. He very well has the right to be upset. But you get upset, and then what changes? We were all upset, most of us were upset about colorism years ago with Basketball Wives and OG. I remember that's when I used to be on camera talking about. Remember when Shawnee had that bootleg sit down with what's the guy's name? I don't remember his name. That fake colorism conversation. Remember that? And here we are years later, a different network, same ish. So I don't know. Y'all gonna worry yourselves gray about these people. All right, Carlos, let's listen to what Carlos King had to say. I like Carlos, so let's listen to what he had to say.
Angry. And I'm very disappointed with what was displayed on the Real Housewives of Potomac Part 2 reunion. I am disgusted. And what I saw displayed on that stage tonight was some. How dare you sit up here and give a topic of colorism 2 minutes to a cast full of Black women?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear. This program is watched by Black viewers. We are invested in the ladies, and we're invested in this program. I'm pissed. I was so disgusted, disappointed. And Giselle, how dare you say, okay, finally we can move on. You are the granddaughter of a civil rights activist. Your name holds weight.
Does it?
In the community of activism. How disrespectful, Giselle, was that to your ancestors? To say, finally, we can move on from and talk about something else. Talk about what? I'm very...
Again, why are you expecting it? Yeah, her her lineage includes people who are civil rights activists. Obviously, she don't care. So I'm not downing Carlos for being upset and disappointed. He has every right to be, and I understand why he would be disappointed. But also, Carlos, but also, you have been in production for many years. You're a professional, right? Even having worked with Bravo yourself. So I understand maybe of course he wouldn't handle things like this, but why do y'all have such high expectation for these white-owned networks? They don't care about no colorism conversation. They care about utilizing who they can utilize for views and sponsorships and all that type of stuff. I think we should lower the expectation of the Bravos, the VH1, as it pertains to being culturally sensitive. If we lower the expectation, then we wouldn't be so outraged. And I'm not saying that is right, but people are still going to watch, unfortunately. No one's boycotting Bravo. And it's crazy because when Nene Leakes talked about this, y'all talked about how she was lying and she fake and Nene just mad because she get her money reduced. And here we are years later, still the same conversation. I guess because you don't like the messenger, Nene, then her points weren't valid. Start lowering your expectation for these networks and then maybe you won't be disappointed. But I don't know. I understand where Carlos is coming from though, but child, you gonna worry yourself gray trying to change, and these people ain't gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna happen. They're calling for people to be fired from Housewives of Potomac. They're not firing them because of that. Absolutely not. So we shall see. All right, still speaking of VH1 and reality television, I'm not playing the clip. It's on the Jasmine brand. Or if you're still watching Basketball Wives and you saw this recently, Malaysia says she leaving Basketball Wives. She told Jackie and Duffy, I got love for y'all. Thank you for always trying to include me in the group, but I'm not interested in being around a group of ladies that you handpick. And she points to Jackie Christie. And she says for her, for the sake of her mental health, she is deciding to walk away. Malaysia has been on Basketball Wives for 10 years and it's no longer serving her, she said. She says she wants to move on to bigger and better things. And in her confessional, production asked her, is this farewell for good? And she says, who knows what the future holds, okay? And she says that no amount of money is going to convince her to put her mental health at risk, basically. Listen, that show is a mess. A lot of people are not watching anymore, and look at it this way. I got to tiptoe because this is going on YouTube, so I got to be careful. Put it this way. Jackie Christie has been on Basketball Wives from season 1. Do you guys remember what Jackie Christie's daughter, not the one she has with Doug, do you guys remember Jackie Christie's daughter, the things that she said and the things that her other daughter co-signed that her half-sister said? But Jackie Christie is still on Basketball Wives. So again, to avoid yourself from being so upset, I think you guys should lower your expectations of these networks and these people who are a part of these networks. Because the only thing that they care about is that green paper with the eagle. That's the only color that they care about. Sad to say, but it's true. When you have high expectations of something or someone, that's the only way that you could be disappointed. Ain't ish gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing at all. All right, moving along. So Percy decides to go up to the Breakfast Club for whatever reason. Okay, he could have stayed home. Okay, this could have been a Zoom meeting. All right, Master P says that claims from Just Hilarious that he never fully paid her are all based around miscommunication and nobody checked if her allegations were true. This is a crock of ish. Okay, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, last week Just Hilarious was the guest co-host on the Breakfast Club, and there was a story that Just Hilarious was reading regarding Master P owing, who is it? Fat Trail? Fat Trail said Master P owed him money. Just Hilarious talked about her experience of being on I Got the Hookup Too and said that she got paid. She was supposed to get paid one specific amount. She got half of that up front and she never got the other half. All right. And Master P responded on social media. Just Hilarious came the next day because she was the guest host for the whole week and basically said, no, she wasn't joking because Master P thought, you know, Just Hilarious is a comedian. She's telling a joke. And she was like, hey, yo, no, I'm not joking. I'm serious. Master P decides to come up to the Breakfast Club. So he basically said, take a listen to what he said. Now, see, the Breakfast Club is pretty good because they don't ding you when you put your stuff on social media. All right, y'all like to hear? Here you go.
You think all of this is just some miscommunication?
Yes, I really do. And
for people that don't know, let's say Master P is here. Last week, Just Hilarious was co-hosting with us, and there was a story about Master P and Fatrell.
Fat Trail.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, Jess claimed that, you know, during taping of I Got the Hookup Too, she got a front end of a check and never received the back end, and she stated that. So what was the communication? And Master P said, you know, I don't pay. Miscommunication. Master P said, I don't pay people. It's a production company. It's my movie, but it's...
Yeah, but why is we talking about that? Let's be honest.
You know why we're talking about it, Percy? You know, I'm getting tired of you. When you was on Growing Up Hip Hop and I used to review Growing Up Hip Hop, I used to defend you often. But I'm getting tired of your foolishness. Romeo said you ain't pay him. Fat Trell said you ain't pay him. Now Jess is co-signing all the people who said that you ain't paid because she didn't get paid either. What you come up to the Breakfast Club for? You knew what this was. You know what's going on. You know what the allegations are. What do you mean, why is we talking about this? Because that is the topic. That's what got you up out of your geriatric your geriatric chair to come up to the Breakfast Club. You flew all the way to New York, unless you were already in New York doing work. You flew all the way to NYC. So what do you mean, why is we talking about this? See, you already know this is a crock of ish the way he started out. Let's continue watching.
I gave you opportunity. Why is we talking about that?
You gave her an opportunity. She didn't say that you didn't give her an opportunity. She said that you didn't pay her. She wasn't paid fully. Now, if it's the production company's fault, why didn't you look into that and get all your paperwork and things before coming up to the Breakfast Club? See, don't start off with BS now, Percy. You're starting off on the wrong foot.
I'm not even in the music business no more. I'm not in the entertainment business. That's what I'm saying. So you take that and turn it into clicks. And even when she read it, I wasn't addressing her when I said people hide behind these
You're lying, Percy. You absolutely were addressing her.
Computers and that wasn't about her. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's all the miscommunication. What she read was not about her. So that's what I'm saying.
You're lying.
And let's change this, man. Let's change our thoughts and our patterns and say, how can we help each other? I'm doing something bigger, man. I used to be in the streets. I changed my life. My life was about building goals.
We know the story. Now imagine if people got paid, they'd be able to change their way of thinking. But you left the debt on the table that you didn't clear up. And how long ago? When did I Got the Hookup 2 come out? That came out in like 2019. It's 2023.
Oh, it's kingdom now. I'm about building this God kingdom, and I know the devil don't like that. Like, okay, gonna throw my own people. That's why I say it's us against us.
What?
We have to change that, but we got to stop allowing all these bloggers and gossipers to start putting stuff out there, making it new.
Stop it. Jess Hilarious was on the radio, and she shared her personal experience. You went to social media and addressed it and said that that's not true. So there was no blogger. The bloggers picked up the story after you addressed it. What are you talking about?
News. I'm just saying, even if she said that, nobody checked it or verified, but that was news. The same thing what you did, Envy. When you said that, you hit the news to go viral for what?
Stop. And stop bringing up DJ Envy's situation. It ain't got nothing to do with you. DJ Envy talked about how Irv Gotti owed him money after Just Hilarious shared her personal story on The Breakfast Club. And I like what DJ Envy had to say. Tell him, Envy.
What?
Oh, you mean Irv Gotti?
Yeah.
Oh, the reason I said it because, during that time I was broke. And
you was triggered by the same
right, and
conversation.
that money meant everything to me. Now, it doesn't bother me. Now, I don't need the money from Irv, and I speak to Irv all the time, but it bothered me because during that time, I was an up-and-coming producer. That was my first beat sold, and I didn't know the game. So Irv bought the beat. I never got a back end. He put it in the movie. I never got a money from it. But that bothered me because I'm like, damn, that money would have helped.
Yeah, and that's
but now I'm past it. I speak to Irv, I speak to them.
But I'm saying, though, for that, it triggers something to where the world don't really know. That was a long time ago. It was like this was yesterday.
No, nobody thought that this was yesterday. DJ Envy said it. He made it very clear. Back in the day, I did a thing for Irv Gotti and he never paid me. Nobody thought that this was recently. See, DJ Envy's example didn't work in Master P's favor, so he's trying to backtrack now. And regardless of DJ Envy being broke and he was expecting that money, you had an agreement with somebody where I do this for you, you compensate me monetarily. Agreed? Agreed. DJ Envy held up his end of the bargain and did what he was supposed to do. Whether he was broke or not, Irv Gotti didn't hold up his end of the bargain and pay for the work that he used. I don't like all of this backtracking. I absolutely don't like all of this backtracking.
That's what I'm saying. Even all the stuff that people talked about me, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, mine was 20 years ago.
Yes. See what I'm saying? But it made it like it's new. But I'm saying we don't need that with each other because they.
I Got the Hook. Let me see when I Got the Hookup came out. Because I'm tired of this long time ago. Because DJ Envy made it very clear that it was a long time ago. I Got the Hookup 2 came out when? In 2019. That was 4 years ago. That wasn't no long time ago.
They don't do. They could stand on each cone to do all these different things. Even if they have a problem with each other, they could communicate that with each other.
What?
I just think we have to stop that. We are killing us.
What is Master P talking about? You know what annoyed me with this? Prior to him coming up to the show, when he tweeted, right, he said, thank God that he has his receipts and all this other stuff. He said, for the cowards hiding behind their computers, enforcing fake news, I do have Jess Hilarious' official contract from 5 years ago for I Got the Hookup 2 and the copy of the check that was cashed and paid. She was joking about a second check that was never in her contract. That's the narrative they ran with for clickbait and fake headlines. There is no clickbait and fake headlines. The woman was sitting in the same studio that you're sitting at now, and she explained herself. And here's where Master P dropped the ball, and he wasted his time going up to the Breakfast Club. The same contract that you said that you have, thank God for receipts. Why didn't you bring that contract with you. You know why? Because you probably looked over it and you probably realized that you effed up. And instead of owning up to what you did or what wasn't done properly, you decided to come up here and you made this situation worse. You made yourself look worse. Your own son even said that you shady with money and you haven't paid him. You're ruining your own reputation. People got a lot of respect for you, P, but this right here, all of it's going to end up going out the window. You building God's kingdom and all. That's fine. That's totally fine. But be honorable then, right? God is fair and just. So be honorable and do the right thing. You backtracking everything that you say. You never once called Jess a liar. Where's the contract? Bring the contract up. Everybody want to talk about they got receipts. Why didn't you bring them up? Because you probably either don't have it or you got the opportunity to look through it and realize that you were wrong. Nah, I don't. That is making me lose respect for you, because then you're not making an ounce of sense. And I wonder why Charlemagne didn't press him more. Sometimes you have to let a fool babble. But why didn't Charlemagne press him more? Because Charlemagne ain't believe nothing that he said. Why you ain't press him like you pressed little mama, Charlie? Master P just irritated me, Percy. Percy, absolutely not. Moving along. Wendy Williams was out on the town, out and about, basically. Child, people are saying that Wendy is back because she shaded somebody who had their camera rolling when Wendy Williams needed help, I guess, getting out of the car. So let's take a look and a listen. Like to hear it? Here you go.
I'm going. Somebody help me. I help you.
You need help? You know?
No.
Okay.
Wendy said, no, bye. Because when I needed help, you were filming me instead of helping me. So you got the camera all up in her face and trying to do something for a viral moment. Y'all think Wendy ain't got her good sense? See, y'all gonna stop playing with Auntie Wendy. Good, as she should. Good for you, Wendy. She was out and about looking fabulous, still in her coochie cutters, child. Her little shorts. I can't. All right, still Wendy Williams. This was Wendy Williams most recently. She was shopping for pet supplies for her cat. Her cats chit-chatting my way. I wonder if both of them are still alive. Okay, so Wendy Williams, she said that she wanted to be on The View. She said she plans on traveling. She was talking about a wax museum, etc., etc. All right, so let's take a look at the video. Let me see if I can pull the video up. Take a look at the video of her out and about. Yes. How you doing?
I'm shopping for kitty litter because I have a wax museum in Paris and one in California.
Right.
And so I'm going to spend a week in Paris and then 3 weeks in California.
Right.
And then immediately fly back.
Oh.
And then I want to be on TV, you know, stuff like Seth Meyers, you know, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, The View, stuff like that.
That's
you know?
good, yeah.
I'm formally retired. Fine. Perfect. Anyway, they're older, so they use science diet and all that stuff.
Good for you, Miss Wendy. And yo, somebody need to tell Kelvin Hunter, you ain't getting no more Wendy's money. Somebody need to let bruh know that he not getting no more of Wendy's money. Okay, rightfully so. So Wendy Williams, basically, she doing her thing. I guess she wants to be out and about. She's being independent. And I love to see it. Is Wendy Williams going to be back to the old Wendy? No. I think we have a different Wendy, and I think those of us who love Wendy need to get used to different Wendy, right? Her publicist or whoever she is says that Wendy is going to the gym. She's taking the holistic approach. So she's, doing things holistically, taking care of herself. You guys know that she has been in and out of treatment facilities, and she's looking okay. And I know Wendy is a very independent person. She doesn't really she wants to be out and about. You know what I mean? She looks forward to aging gracefully and being able to dress up and look fabulous and push her cart around in the supermarket or push her cart around wherever it is. She wants to live that fabulous older woman life, and I think that she is on her way to doing so. Her appearance startles some, you know what I mean, and I understand, but I think that she's on the road to, or on the mend, as she would say. So good luck, man. Anything pertaining to Wendy, I'm definitely gonna keep up to date with. I do love Wendy. I got mad love for Wendy for a long, long time. I actually listened to Wendy when I was younger. I grew up with Wendy. A lot of people say that, but I'm Jersey girl down, radio Wendy. We love Wendy, and I definitely want to see her do well. But somebody tell Kelvin he ain't getting no more money, Wendy. From Wendy, I mean. He ain't getting no more money. So good for you, Miss Williams. I know a lot of people don't like Wendy, and that's fine. She's a human being, and I want to see her healthy and doing well. I always say when I do these updates, I wonder how her son is doing. I wonder if he is okay and if their relationship really is doing well, All right, y'all. We're moving this train along. So let's get into it. Now, this is according to TMZ Hip Hop. I laugh every time I see TMZ Hip Hop. Carl Crawford decided to issue an apology to Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I have done commentary on Carl Crawford in the past, and if I wasn't so lazy, I would have pulled up my videos where I commented on Carl Crawford, but I didn't feel like it, okay? I think Carl Crawford is a terrible businessman. This is my opinion. I've said this before. I think he has no idea how to run a record label. He has no idea how to manage artists. And I think that he is immature and foolish. The way that he behaved toward his artists, and people were egging him on because they don't like Megan Thee Stallion, has cost him a lot, and it's probably going to cost him even more. Now, for those of you who are confused, Megan Thee Stallion was signed. I'm assuming that she's no longer signed to 1501. She was signed to the 1501. That was her record label. Rock Nation is her management group, her management company. Megan has been trying to get out of the contract with Carl Crawford for quite some time. Okay? Carl Crawford thought that it was very funny to get on social media and make accusations about Megan Thee Stallion being a hoe and using illegal substances. He talked about how she didn't want to pay him. He has blocked, which is so stupid, he has blocked some of her projects from coming out. I remember that big ordeal years ago when he tried to block her from releasing her, what was it, an EP mixtape? I think it's called Sugar. Is that what it's called? Which I don't understand. Why would you block that if she's your artist? Because he didn't want her to fulfill her contractual obligations. That's what how it appeared to me. It's like he was trying to stop her from fulfilling her contractual obligations because she owed him X amount of albums in order to be free from her contract. But what Carl didn't realize is while you have some of these trolls on social media hyping you up and yes manning you and laughing with you when you're making fun of Megan Thee Stallion, what you don't realize is it made your company look bad, and it made you look bad as a label owner. It made you look like you have absolutely no idea what you are doing. Look at Erica Banks, another case in point. Look how you are mismanaging your artist, Erica Banks. We know Megan is your bread and butter. Erica Banks foolishly signed to 1501. Erica Banks is now doing OnlyFans and wanting to start a cooking show. Erica Banks has no album. I don't remember her did she put out a mixtape or EP? What project has Erica Banks dropped a full body of work since she's been signed to 1501? How are you marketing Erica Banks? She's out here to fend for herself. But Carl thought it was funny to go on social media and talk ish about his artist that's keeping the lights on over there at 1501. Despite what you think about Megan Thee Stallion, I know a lot of people don't like her. That's fine. But would you sign to 1501 based on how Carl Crawford has been acting? What a dummy. All right, let's get into this article. So 1501 certified entertainment honcho Carl Crawford is admitting errors in dealing with Megan Thee Stallion and wants all fences mended going forward, but says they haven't spoken since 2019. I wouldn't spoke to you either. I would not have spoken to you either. TMZ Hip Hop sat down with Carl and his newly installed 1501 president Kai Verse Tyler as their label enters a new chapter without the H-Town hottie. This is what leads me to believe that she's no longer with 1501. Hooray. Carl openly admits, as an ex-MLB star, Major League Baseball, his competitive drive is high, but his knowledge of the music industry is somewhat limited. And that's where Verse enters, this new president. So now you're saying that because you used to hit home runs and whatnot, you didn't know that your knowledge of the music industry was limited before you decided to build a record company? You see how now you making yourself look even dumber because people are saying that you're backtracking, you're backpedaling, which you are. So either way, you look like a fool. You look like a fool when you was basically harassing Meg and talking negatively about her. And now you look like an even bigger fool because of this so-called apology and this bootleg rebrand. And you had to go to Harvey and them, to help you get this story out. This is the I can't play this because Harvey and them going to knock on my door. Verse is an industry vet who's had experience dealing with artists publishing and publicity campaigns, which led to a convo about 1501's current flagship artist, Erica Banks, and their plans for her career. Erica Banks been signed to Carl for how many years now? Poor girl. Poor girl. Tossed to the side like bad meat. Carl also walked back his past vitriol toward Jay-Z and Roc Nation. He'd previously blamed them for planting evil seeds in Megan's head. And he came clean about his association with Tory Lanez. Yeah, you thought it was funny to be posing with Tory Lanez? And Tory Lanez is another one, right? He wasn't even smart with his association and how he was moving while he was awaiting trial. What type of people do y'all be having around y'all? Y'all don't have anybody to talk sense into y'all? Carl Crawford and Tory Lanez were in a club popping bottles, and a lot of people thought that was funny, and I just kept shaking my head. Would you sign to Carl Crawford's 1501? And this is how he was behaving out here. You messed up your own business. Fans knew the Megan beef was real when Carl and Tory flicked it up last year inside a club. But Carl is admitting that he and Tory don't even know each other. So now you look like an even bigger fool. And the encounter was just trolling to get back at Megan Thee Stallion. Ultimately, he regrets the stunt. So you as a record company owner, record label owner, resort to taking a picture with someone who hurt your artist. And now you're admitting that you did it to be funny and you're supposed to be a professional. Boy, I tell you, I love when people just, I don't love it, but it's just funny when people just, their foolishness just gets exposed and they just have to throw their hands up. Verse, who's this new president, says that his focus is boosting the label's artistic reach. Good luck. And he thinks Erica starting an OnlyFans page is just another aspect of dealing with today's social media generation. No. The reason why Erica Banks started an OnlyFans page is because Carl was too busy trying to troll Megan Thee Stallion to put his focus and money into Erica Banks. I've said this before in previous commentary. Erica Banks, unfortunately, is a casualty of war, and that's not fair. But what made Erica Banks sign to 1501? Because, see, she thought that she was going to be the next Meg. Did you get gassed up to think that she was going to be the next Meg? Carl is a fool. A fool and a terrible businessman. You sunk your own label. Nobody did this to you, dog. You did this to yourself. That aside, he's certain the Busset rapper has a banger with Kalani and even a cooking show coming up. Child, don't nobody want to see Erica Banks do a cooking show. She's a rapper. We want to see her rapping. We want to hear music from her. We don't care about no cooking with Erica Banks. This is the first time that Carl Crawford has even mentioned Erica Banks in how long? The last couple of times that he got on social media, he was beefing with himself, really, but talking bad about Megan Thee Stallion. And then there was another girl, I don't even remember her name. Carl was trying to use her to try to get at Megan Thee Stallion too. I don't even remember her name. Something with V in it also. I don't even know. Ice Queen or Ice Princess, whatever her name was. That was a fool. So this is the first time he even mentioned an Erica name publicly. Child, Erica, girl, you might be in danger. I don't know. And it's really a shame because this girl can really rap. Erica Banks can really rap. And now she was an afterthought. And now, because I guess you realize that Meg and your relationship is over, now it's like, oh, let me pick Erica back up. Erica Banks, I don't know if she could get out her contract like that, but I'm wondering if she's somewhere regretting signing with Carl Crawford. A cooking show. Don't nobody want to see Erica cooking. Only time will tell if Meg accepts their apologies, but for Carl and Verse at least, it all appears to be water under the bridge. What I'm thinking is Carl probably got a payout for whatever the money that Carl was saying that Meg owed him. He probably got a payout, and then he had, as part of the agreement, he had to apologize. But Carl, I'm going to tell you something right now. I would rather sign with Bad Boy Records than sign with 1501. And that's saying a lot. Because if you know, you know. Carl is a fool. And I really feel sorry for Erica Banks. I absolutely positively feel sorry for Erica Banks. And if Erica Banks had good sense, which I think she does, she would try to figure out a way to complete her contract, if not try to get out of it earlier. Carl ain't smart. And see, that's what happens when you got foolish people encouraging your foolish behavior. There's always people on the internet that will encourage a fool to be an even bigger fool. And I don't feel sorry for him. And that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Okay? All right, y'all. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. If you are subscribed to me on YouTube, thank you. Don't forget to like the video. Hit the like button. If you have your notifications on, I will be back. Be sure to follow me on Twitch, y'all. Sometimes if I get dinged or I have to crop something out, the video will take longer to process. That's what ended up happening on last week Friday's video. But everything will be up on Twitch, right? Twitch doesn't give me a hard time. So if anything ever has to get cut out, or if I have to crop the video and put it in to clips and you want to see the full video, holla at me on Twitch. All right. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh, we had an hour. I wasn't expecting to go that long. All right, y'all. I'm signing off. I love you for watching. As always, until next time, peace.